Hello everyone, who found is doing great. Welcome to Tech channel. If you're new here, welcome, and I'm so happy to see you all once again. In this episode, we're gonna discuss about how we can configure Foredge wireless router with more details. This is a wireless router. It does come with about 6 antenna, and this wireless router is good for your home, for small offices or small shops that you have. But since this company is not the sponsor, I'm trying to see how we can configure these kind of routers with each other with more details. It does come with the two bands, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz as well, or I can 6 gigahertz as well. But anyway, we can get inside the configuration and see what else we have inside. If you're getting confused with this kind of router, all information is behind this router. You can see the username and password, and meanwhile you can see the login web as well. Like 192.168.2.1 is the default IP address. So in order to configure this kind of router, the first thing you need to do is that there's a 4 connectors, or there's a 4 ports. Port number 1 is for ISP, for internet service provider, then 2, 3, 4 is for your local home internet or whatever you want to use it. And the number 1, we are not using the number 1 because we are trying to configure this router. We are using number 2. Number 2 is a stand for LAN local area network. Number 1 is WAN, is a stand for wide area network. Mean number 1 is for internet service provider. So I just plug the adapter and I'm connecting RJ45 connector to the port number 2, and meanwhile I can reset in here in case if it does require reset factory default, but I bought this one brand new. It should be factory default. In case if you miss the configuration, this is how you can use it. You just need a push pin and put the push pin and hold it for 10 seconds. The router will automatically reset factory default. Another thing is, if you can see green light means there's the internet. If you can see red light means there's no internet. And very simple ways to troubleshoot the wireless router. Without further ado, let's dive into the configuration of this router with more details, and we're gonna test it as well, and hopefully we can accomplish this goal soon as possible. All right, without further ado, let's dive into this configuration with more details. All right, everyone, let's dive into the configuration in ncpa.cpl. Go to run, type ncpa.cpl. If you look at in here, this is my network adapter. Double click on this one, go to details. You can see that 192.168.2.136, and 2.1 is the default IP address of the Foredge router, wireless router. So the next step is we need to get inside the browser, type 192.168.2.1. all right, this is the main page. Auto check, skip the description. What we're gonna do is we say that, okay, do you want DHCP, do you want anything? But first we need to pick that where is our location. So I will pick New York. You can pick whatever is your location, and I will click next. So as you look at in here, we have a 5G and we have 2.4 gigahertz. In here I will say that home 5G, and here I will use home 6G, and I will change the password to something, my home, enter welcome home. That's gonna be the password, and let's keep the first W as a capital, welcome home. Okay, we can say setting done, setup complete. So wait for a while. This is gonna search. If you connect your wireless router to the internet, you should able to access the internet as of the moment. So there's a 2 band, there's a 2.4 gigahertz, and there's a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band. Let's go to the advanced configuration. Otherwise, your router is ready to go. That was the default username and password, admin. So there is no internet connection. In my router, I don't have any internet connection. There is a 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. Here's the status. If you click on the status, this is the status. If you come to the mode, Here is the mode, is the router mode, access point mode, repeater mode, and there's another WISP mode as well. Access point mode is different, so we don't want to discuss about this thing. Repeater mode, but I will keep it as a router because we need a DHCP, we need a lot of things, we need an automatic DNS server, these things. Otherwise with access point mode you may not get those things. Network. So if we come to the network, click on LAN, local area network. As you look at in here, our LAN is 192.168.2.1, and this is the default, and DHCP is on. Now the thing is, if you want to make restricted, for example, you have a 10 employees or you have a 10 user, I will say from 100 to 110, means not more than that. If it is more, do not let connect to the device. Apply, yes. So now with this Wi-Fi, only 10 devices are allowed to to connect to this wireless router. So we have to wait for a while. All right, so the reboot is successful. I haven't made any changes except the number of the IPs back to the network. And as you look at in here, LAN, and I pick a DHCP. If you get confused, internet is for internet service provider. If the internet service provider give you a static IP, you need to type static IP. Rather than that, keep it DHCP. The internet service provider will automatically send an IP to your router, and your router will pick it. Sometime if you get confused, just reboot your router, you should good to go. If you have a private DNS, then go ahead and assign private DNS here as well. Okay, with the LAN, we have accomplished this one. We are good from 100 to 110. So it's 24 hours, 12 hours, and after that it will release it. So if we come to DHCP, and so far this is my device which is connected to the device, and then if I want to bond it, if I want to block it or something, this is how you can block as well. IP version 6, we are not using IP version 6. I am going to turn this one off. Save. Hopefully it's not asking for, oh yeah, it's not asking for reboot. I turn off this one, means we are not using IP version 6. In case if you're using it, you're most welcome. And the rest is more complicated. I don't want to talk about these things. GMP for multicasting and broadcasting and MAC address cloning. This is how you can do that. But anyway, so I think come to the Wi-Fi. As you can see here, this is my home 5G and this is my home 6G. Let me see if I have the 6G in here as well. I have a home 5G and I have a home 6G. So I have both Wi-Fi in here as well. So in order to connect it, you just need to click and you should good to go. But just give me 1 second. Let me see what else is here. So maybe some of you are confused about that, how we can make the Wi-Fi more secure. Here is the algorithm. If you want to change these things, I will say here, my suggestion is WPA2 or WPA3. If you click on this one, then this is going to be very secure, but you need to change the Wi-Fi format as well. It does not accept welcome home or something. So keep in mind that this is WPA2 or WPA. It is also secure, but anyway. So there's another question, like how we can hide the Wi-Fi SSID. So if we click on this one, it's going to be hide, but you have to save the configuration. Keep in mind. So sometime if you want to keep your Wi-Fi name, this SSID to secure, you need to do what? You need to click hide, and then when you come to here, if you look at in here all the way down, hide network. When you click on hide network, then click automatically. They ask for SSID. For SSID, I will type, let's say home 5G, and then click next, and then you type the password. You should good to go. So the question is how it is secure, because no one knows the SSID, right? That is how you can keep the Wi-Fi secure. I'm not touching it, but when you click hide, it will gonna be hide. So try it in your end, but I already tried it. It definitely worked. So this is the Wi-Fi band streaming switch. We don't need to do that. We're gonna keep both of them as it is. And then if you come to the advanced, wireless client isolation. After client isolated enable, user of each connection cannot access each other. So this is for restriction, like you cannot. So there's another ways of securing, and which provide isolation and protect against external attack. So this is an option. There's an option. If you want to keep this one, then anyone in the at home or at the office or a small office or a shop, they may not able to see your computer, and they're not able to see your computer. So it's isolation. It's like private VLAN. But the rest we can keep it. I don't know. I will keep this one open, because if you have a file sharing or something, make sure to uncheck that one. So multi-SSID is, we already use multi-SSID. If you want to use it, this is multi-SSID, but I'm not using it. And WPS is if you're, let's say at some point you have a wireless printer which is trying to connect to printer, just need to click on this one and click the WPS of your printer. It will automatically connect to this one. I think we are almost done. Virtual server, we don't have to have our virtual server or anything, because that is something else, but that's come with a port forwarding. I think this router is also interesting. DMZ, if you have demilitarized zone, then you have to apply to specific port. Don't get confused with these things. There's a firewall, flooding enable, one ping is block, website from one is blocked. So one web access is off, one ping is off, spoofing is good. If you catch it, spoofing. So what I'm doing in here, I say that if anyone from outside my internet trying to ping my computer, they should not able. And if anyone trying to access this console from outside, should not able to access. It is already configured by default. And I think we should good to go. Let's try to test if we can get any IP from any of these. Let's click on this one automatically. It was welcome home. You can say yes. Let's see if you receive any internet. Not internet, but at least if you have the IP address. All right, checking network requirement. I mean, what I can do, CMD IP config. All right, guys, as you look at in here, this is LAN and this is my Wi-Fi. Means my Wi-Fi is connected to the, look at here, my Wi-Fi is also connected to what? To the network. So the reason that I'm not able to access the internet is if you said no internet and secured as well. No internet means my router is not connected to ISP. But we can see the IP right now, and you can see here it's Wi-Fi. All right, guys, I hope the information was very informative. If you think so, the only way to appreciate my work is to simply subscribe and like the video, and share this video with your friend, with your colleagues, and meanwhile share it with those who are a big fan of technology or tech enthusiasts. All right, until next time, I say safe, be brave, and of course see you guys next time.